think they improved streamer mode, Cajun, because I didn't even know you walked in here.
Oh, I slid in like a thief in the night.
You did. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
Doing all right, man.
I'm just waiting for Gregory to be evicted.
Gregory?
That's what I named the lump on my neck.
Ah, everybody has to have a name for their growths.
Mm-hmm. He was much more aggressive earlier in the week, but I think the antibiotics are starting to finally get to him.
There you go. You start feeling the pressure there, and you're like, ooh, yeah.
He just needs to be gone. This is no longer his home. He cannot stay here.
Well, that's all right. I'm just glad you made it back.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going nowhere for very long. I know last week I was in Houston.
Hey, you said you were going to go see the Addams Family or something like that.
Yes, went to go see the Addams Family musical, and it was fantastic.
What was it? Tell me about it.
It was, it's nothing like the old TV show or the cartoon that we used to watch. Not even like the movies. It had its own theme and its own storyline. Like a little bit fast forward to Wednesday being of marriageable age, and that was kind of like the whole premise. Like she actually fell in love with this run-of-the-mill guy, and Gomez is trying to hide the secret from Morticia, and it's like a sin to hide anything from your wife in the Addams Family, and it's just drama and hilarity and comedy back and forth, left and right. And the people that the costume work, it looked like they came straight out of the old TV show. Like it was immaculate, from Fester to the grandma to Lurch to Gomez and Morticia themselves.
Oh,
It
wow.
was fantastic. The only one that was a little bit off was Wednesday herself. Because we all know Wednesday just being the one with the two pigtail, really plain outfit kind of girl.
Mm-hmm.
This one was like this Wednesday looked like your stereotypical "I came from Hot Topic" outfit. And the wig they had on her was a black wig with like a white, kind of like Rogue from X-Men kind of going on situation.
Mm-hmm.
But the girl who played her did a fantastic job. It was just a great time. It was, and Harrison was there. He loved the entire thing. He thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Good stuff. You know, hold on. I think I'm using the wrong mic input. We gonna find out. Let's see. Nope, it's using the right one.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, well, I've got some weird background noise going on. I don't know what it is.
It's me. I'm back.
That's what it's all about, the Cajun at this particular point. Yeah, no, it's just it's because once this music goes off, whatever is going on in my background will just be ever present in the audio, and it drives me up the wall.
Oh, I hear you. I feel that.
Let's see here.
Oh, I had a slight moment of aggravation earlier. I found this guy on YouTube, and he was doing some runs of the old BioShock games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I could fuck with some BioShock right now when I'm waiting for the show to start. And I know for a fact I have the entire BioShock collection. So I sat down and I was going to install the first one and play it while I was waiting for the show. Turns out I have the whole collection on PS4, not on PC.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh no, I don't want to go turn the PS4 on to play BioShock when I can sit here and play. And I look at the price, I'm like, I'm not dropping $20 today for BioShock 1, no. So I was like, sad Cajun.
No doubt. I'm going to mess with my noise gate real quick to make sure it doesn't pick up, so give me just a second. I need to see where my flat line is. Right at... I'm going to set it at 48. All right, does it pass? Let me push this back just a little bit. How about right about here? Yeah, that's where I need it. Okay, cool. We're going to leave it at that.
Problem filed.
Yeah, pretty much. So on Discord, I've already got the noise gate set up. So what I'm looking at is the audio display on XSplit, and seeing when the actual microphone is being triggered, and because the noise gating was off, And I've updated XSplit since then. I guess they updated the plugin. It was just like, all the options that you set, you don't need to do that shit. Like,
Your assistance is no longer required.
exactly that. So there we go. I got that fixed. Yeah, everything changes every so often. It's kind of like that one change when they updated this new interface where the looping background that's playing right now, it would stop. And then like almost 2 seconds before the actual loop ended, and then go again. Right? So it made it very jarring. So I had to go back and like chain a bunch of these one on top of the other for about a 5-minute loop and use that. So,
Dang.
well, so that way, it's not so jarring.
Right.
But I just hate that because it makes it look, I'm not going to say unprofessional because nothing about what I'm doing is professional.
We're the most professional unprofessionals you'll see on the internet, folks.
So far, every episode, it's been scene change. Like, oh, right, I'm in control of that. Crap.
At least we try to type it. If it doesn't type, we just have to start doing smoke signals and just waving flags until we just say scene.
Well, hold on, chat. Is that Louisiana and Canada and in Florida? Why is it on? Oh, scene change. Got it. All right.
Oh man. What are you playing the music through?
Oh, this is Pretzel.
Pretzel. I'm not familiar with Pretzel.
Pretzel.rocks here. I'll throw it up on the capture here real quick. Let's see here. Add source. Desktop capture. 1, 2, or 3. How about
Do re mi.
all right? So it's this guy right here. So there's all I think I paid like 50 some odd bucks for the year because they were having a sale, and pretty much allows you to choose stuff. If you don't pay for it, you actually have some selections that's safe for Twitch, but I'm also doing YouTube safe as well because I'm streaming to both platforms. So I just picked a channel and ran with it. I actually have a playlist of the stuff that I first started using it with. I just haven't queued it back up. And last broadcast, I actually used, where is it? Industrial. It's in alphabetical order here, but the industrial button wasn't working, or rather it would play the same song and stop. So for the first 45 minutes of the stream, you got one song and then silence.
I like how it goes spooky, goth, and all things industrial.
Yeah, I don't know what's in spooky right now. It might be because of Halloween. Let's see what's in here. It says eerie ambience and creepy vibes. That might be it. I don't think we need that.
Spooky. Not the least next week.
Indeed. Yeah, let me remove this source real quick. So, but yeah, no, Pretzel's been pretty good. I absolutely enjoy using it. So yeah, you can use it for free. This is on top of do you have a Spotify premium account?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's also Streambeats. I'm pretty sure you've used Streambeats before.
Believe so, yes.
Yep. So nothing wrong with royalty-free Twitch streaming music.
Not in the slightest, especially in this day and age with DNC flying around like hawks.
Bruh.
How dare you enjoy music?
Well, luckily, I only stream once a week, so I'm too busy to do anything else, unfortunately. This is
another reason why I'm waiting for this stupid Gregory to leave so I can get back on track with that.
No doubt.
I miss my streams. I miss doing my Nuzlocke, man.
I found a few neat games to play while running around on Twitch and raising hell. One of them was, I turned down Steam. It was some game where you have to rebuild a space station or a ship while you're in space, and you use drones to do it, and then you travel the galaxy. And there was another one I was playing called Duskers. You ever heard of Duskers? It's an older game.
Mm-mm.
So that particular one, you're a series of drones, and you're out in space. You're stuck. And I would say stuck. You have enough fuel for 6 jumps around the same system that you're in, right? And you have to, and you don't leave your ship, but there are 6 ships around you. You send out a distress signal, and none of them respond. So you fly to each one of them, and you deploy these drones to go and look on the ship. And on these ships, there's automated defenses, of course, but there's also Xenos.
Ooh.
So you get to...
We talking like alien Xenos, or are we talking like Dead Space Xenos?
Well, I understand it's like alien Xenos, but the view that you get isn't like a straight rendered view like you would with any other top-down game. You actually get to see the world through the drone's sensors. So it's all grainy and whatnot, and it's all about interpretation. And this is also, it's not mouse-driven at all. It's all command line, right? So you get this command line where you have to like, tell your drone to go to room 4 and do this and so forth and so on. You can command them all at once. So you've got two different views of it. You can take control of the drone and run it around and do things, or you can go to the schematic view, which allows you to like issue multiple commands at once and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's pretty intense.
Also you see your drone go bzz.
Yeah, pretty much. And I say drone, they're all wheeled drones. They're not like flying drones or anything. So, and there's this bzz noise whenever they run around. But so far, the only problem I have with it is that if you don't get a good start, like one of my favorite abilities is called motion, and when you use it, it detects the surrounding rooms if there's any hostiles in it or any movement. And if there is, it shows up red, and if it's not, it shows up green, which allows you to plan your moves a lot better and shift doors and plan where you're going to explore, which is really nice. I did it once without it. You just get your face caved in. There's no escaping it.
Like, there's no replay. There's no GG. You just take it.
Pretty much. So you have to start playing a different way, which is I'm going to take my drone, I'm going to go in this room. And if it dies, well, crap. But luckily, it seems like the two standard ones that you get with drone 2 and 3 whenever you start the game is tow and generator. And tow is, I guess, how you would salvage your drone, but you'd have to get the tow drone into the same room with the big baddie to get the other drone, and then now you're down 2 drones, and that's it.
Need somebody help.
Yeah. Other than that, it's a lot of fun. It's not really all that scary, but there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of...
Sounds more tense than scary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It does kind of make me want to try out freaking Alien Isolation now.
There's been a lot of folks playing that lately. I think Jalen on Warbringer Jalen's channel, he's been playing some of that, and I think he just finished it. Seta BDA, they've been playing it, and but that's in a mix of like all the other stuff they play, like City Skylines, Stardew Valley. Kerbal Space Program is big on that channel.
Because if my walkthrough and playthrough of Outlast is any indication, I would be scared like this.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, what was the game that I did highlight clips for you on? I can't remember what that was.
I think it was Outlast. I'm not thinking. Outlast. I know you did some Dark Souls for me, the first one.
So I remember it was some scary thing. It was for was it for Feeder's Digest or Idris? I think it was Feeder's Digest.
It's probably Feeder's Digest because Idris we didn't do any gameplay footage or anything. It was strictly podcast style.
Yeah, it was all news based, man. I really wish that would have taken off. That was just a shit ton of work for the time, and I just didn't have this. I didn't have the mental space for it. I was too busy traveling around Texas, but we did it. But... It was
our first real taste of podcast life. I enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun. It was all like pre-prod podcast, which was even better, which allowed for a lot of audio editing, levelizing, and things like that. Like there was a lot of skills I picked up doing that, and then I just never used it for 10 years.
I can relate. To me, on my end, I just got burnt out. But Feeder's Digest was fun too. We were balls to the wall, banging on all cylinders, and up until Christmas, and then the new year started, and we just died. We just vanished. I was like, "What the hell happened?" I just remember going through and finding those would-be games and finding clips and trying them out and showing. That was fun. That was fun. What we were trying to do for Feeder's Digest. It's just, I don't know. Oh, cheers! It's that time.
Almost. We got about 15 minutes. Is Crit up for this tonight, or?
Yep, she's on her way. She was just finishing up a raid in WoW
Yay.
Classic.
Some
So
raid action.
I gave her the 20-minute warning.
There you go.
Just tell her to roll need on everything, whether she needs it or not.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That'll get her out real quick.
So I'm eating Ritz crackers because I was too lazy to make dinner tonight.
You have little pepperonis. You can make little sandwiches.
I don't have any pepperoni.
Ah.
I have cheese,
That works.
but then I'd have to go back downstairs and cut cheese.
Or just bring the knife with you and cut it at the desk. Save you a trip.
Maybe.
I got to try Wingstop's chicken sandwich tonight. But apparently everybody has to have a chicken sandwich now. Wingstop's situation is cool because they have so many flavors that you can have a different sandwich pretty much every day of the week and not get tired of it, whereas the other places have one flavor and that's it. I wasn't blown away by it though, at all. It was like I give it like a 7.5 out of 10 in terms of overall num, but I immediately pushed it up to an 8.5 once I dunked it in their ranch, because their ranch I can freaking drink. I had the original hot flavor, and the chicken was good. The bun wasn't anything to scream home about, and they just threw a couple of random pickles on there. The presentation was not good at all. It was just blah. So I wasn't a huge fan, but I guess I'll see what the other flavors give me. But I just like when I had the spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes, I can go back and eat one of those once a week because I love the flavor of that spicy sauce on that daggum chicken. And it's Popeyes.
You know, it's like they found a way to concentrate down that flavor and make you addicted to it. It's literally like chicken meth.
Mm-hmm. And Wingstop has a chance to do that. It's just they have to figure out what's gonna hook the people in, because right now
It's
the way
just
they're doing
wings.
yeah, just a giant wing between buns, and I'm not a fan.
Well, I gotta admit, Wingstop is probably the best wings I've ever had. I don't like
confirmed.
B-dubs. Like B-dubs, I just like no, it's not what it is. Of
It's
course,
too salty for me, B-dubs.
yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. They have like a Cajun. There's either there's Louisiana hot and then there's Cajun hot. One of the two, and like they're on different ends of the spicy spectrum. But it's all dry rub. It's not sloppy.
I don't like the dry. I like it wet.
Well,
Yeah, you gotta get one in before Crit takes all the jokes. I gotta get one in.
Well, there you go. Hey, Nordic, I'm looking at a tweet you put out,
Okay.
and it has like Reddit flair. How the hell did you get that?
wait, what?
You have to give me some
put one-
context.
You put a tweet out earlier today that says "Good morning" and it has like a little tag, and you can click the tag, and it'll search every tweet on Twitter that has "Good morning" in it. How the hell did you do that?
Let me see. I was on my phone. Oh, I hit. If you do it on your mobile, I don't know if you do it on browser. I can check at the same time. 1 second. I'll do a simultaneous check.
I don't have that option. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, it's if you do if you do it on browser, I don't see the option at all. But
I don't have it on my mobile.
But on mobile, when you open the tweet to do something, where you would type what's happening, right above it says add status.
Huh.
And there's a bunch of them. There's hot take, current status, now playing, gaming, whole bunch of stuff you can choose from. Which I guess is a cool way to like maybe stuff seen more, quote unquote. I saw it the other day, and I've seen people using it. I was like, fuck it, good morning. And that's what it's a cool thing, because I do most of my tweeting mobile anyway. I don't do much on the browser, so it's a neat.
I'm pestering her.
She's got 13 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm going to take this time to grab another thing to drink and get a bio out of the way, and I'll be back.
Sounds good. Yeah, Legend of Zelda has taught me anything. Don't poke the chicken too many times.
Oh, come on. Nothing wrong with that.
If you like death, maybe.
Holy shit.
On stick?
No, I'm looking at the offset. So I run a network service to update my network time. I find it works way better than the Windows time updates. And that's error. Oh, that's a few days ago. I don't care. The offset, how much it had to compensate for what my computer time was versus what actual time is on NTP servers, was about minus 178 milliseconds, which is down from the minus 350. So I was a bit ahead of time. Weird.
Progress.
Yeah, it's slowing my clock down. I was ahead of actual time by 178 milliseconds.
Dear Lord. I should
I'm
not
too
be
fast. I'm from the future.
I should not be surprised that the eternal barcode lives life in milliseconds.
Yes.
Should not be surprised.
Crackers, yummy.
I was telling Lemmy earlier. I had a big moment of disappointment earlier. I had a huge desire to play BioShock.
Oh yeah, nice.
And I know for a fact that I have the entire collection. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna sit down and play some BioShock 1 and just mess around while I wait for the show. So I sit down on my Steam, I open it up, and apparently on Steam I only have BioShock Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
On my PS4, I have the whole fucking collection.
Nice.
I was like, I don't want to go turn the PS4 on. It was definitely a first world problem kind of situation. I was like, I don't want to go in there and play. I was staying here. And then I looked at the price. I'm like, I do not want to pay $20 for it tonight either. So we won't be playing BioShock tonight, sad boys.
Aw, sad face.
It was.
Oh, I see what they did here. No, if time adjustment is greater than 1 millisecond.
Lord.
Yeah, if time adjustment is greater than 2 seconds, adjust the system time.
Oh.
But it automatically adjusts it anyways, so meh. It's all good.
You do what it is.
Ah, now I'm only ahead by 10 milliseconds this time around. Yay.
There you go.
Canada actually has 2 NTP servers, which is kind of helpful. So I use those 2 instead of the pooled network time protocol servers that are out there. Because there is a huge pool of them actually at over at ntp.org or networktimeprotocol.org. You're like, can you just not use weird words?
Yeah, use normal stuff, please.
No.
How
I'm
dare
a
you?
slight nerd. Oh my god, this website. Oof, I bet you it was built in in Notepad. Oh no, it was probably done in Word. Because okay, so there's no style sheets on this thing, from the looks of it. It is pure HTML code.
Now we're talking about like Angel Fire style.
Oh yeah. Well, even before that, like this is because Angel Fire had the ability to make your own web pages in the website natively, like it had its own templates and shit. This is like someone opened Notepad and went into it and wrote the less than symbol HTML greater symbol. Next line. Open caret, head, close caret. Next line. Like,
yeah,
just,
no.
It's just Notepad. Someone fucking Notepadded this entire thing. It is so jank. I love it.
What is it?
The ntp.org website for like all the pooled network time protocol shit.
Really?
If you go there, it's it's something else. It's a blast from the past. It does link to a university website that I think was made in, well, it was last updated in 2012. However, I bet this thing is using actual frames. Like, I bet you anything they define the frame. H4 and H1. Oh my god. They're using header tags, list items. Oh god, this is notepadded. Yeah, so they're doing full-on tables. Like, opening a table, creating table rows, putting the table data, and oh Jesus Christ. This is something else. A friend of mine, they do web design. I'm gonna have to send them this link.
Yeah,
Just so they can
you
cry.
you think you can replicate this for me real quick?
Oh yeah, I can open Notepad.
Copy paste.
Here, I'll whip something up in Discord for you real quick. HTML. Head. This is the header. Close HTML. Or, sorry, head. Body. Oh my god, do I remember all this shit? I think it's...
Because it's
body,
what the HTML tag, header,
color
body.
equals pink. And then we'll go H1, so it's really, really large text. Hello world, all in caps. And then we'll do, /H1 to close that. Then we will close the body. Bloody. Mistyped that. And then we will close the HTML. And I'll wrap this all in wonderful quotes. This is HTML code. And there we go. Script block. There you go. There's a 30-second or 2-minute tutorial on writing a website in Notepad.
Yeah.
That will render. It will work.
Yeah, you take that, drop it into a Notepad, save it as .htm or .html.
Oh, see, we're going old school. We got to go HTM.
Oh, yeah.
We're going 8.3 format.
Ooh.
So we're going to call this index.htm. I'm sorry, Cajun, if you don't know what 8.3 format is, that references the 16-bit days of file sizes, where the file name couldn't exceed more than 8 characters long, and the suffix or the file type couldn't exceed more than 3 characters. So you have like .txt, .com, .exe. All of those things are relics from that age, and then you get stuff like .x, which is a four-letter file extension. Those are more used in 32-bit systems and higher.
All I heard was "fuck this shit." We have modern stuff now.
Oh no,
Yes.
it's all still the same. Now there's just more complexity to it, and
Yes.
I work with Flask, and it gets really crazy because not only do you have to deal with the HTML, the CSS, the JS, but you start adding in variable blocks for Python, and it gets weird really quick. Where are we
Yes,
at?
I am.
4.5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, she's she's got glut down to 9%.
Oh yeah, no, she needs the
And
raid.
they just killed the Gluth 10-player raid.
Well, that's really good.
Trying to squeeze out that
Deadly
last,
Boss Mods is amazing.
It has
if
always
you-
been amazing.
If you try and message somebody while they're actually fighting, it'll actually automatically respond to that person saying DBM, and it gives you the character name, is busy fighting, type of raid, boss, and
Fuck
then
off.
brackets percentage of the health that's left, and the number of people who are alive out of the total number of raiders.
Oh, very nice.
That's pretty sick.
Yep. And then when you wipe, or if you down it, it'll say DBM player name has defeated raid type and boss that they just murderized. So like a 10-man raid or a 25-man raid, whatever.
And then plays the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I changed mine to play something ridiculous. Oh yeah, Lumi, that is only one browser session. Those tabs, that's only one browser.
Oh, you're one of those people. Instead of terrible desktops, you got terrible browser tabs. All right.
Well, see, I have multiple different accounts that I use to do various things because I like to keep my private life private, separate from my gaming life. So all my gaming stuff goes on one browser. That's the one I showed you, and then my private stuff, like my personal life, goes on the other one. The other one, my personal one, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Well, actually, no, we'll say 21 tabs open because I just closed 3 of them. Only 21 tabs. That other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 tabs. So it's like 54 tabs total between 2 browsers.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. It's making my neck itch, dude. Jeez.
You lost me at 5. At 5, I was like, nope, we're done.
I mean, it's just like, so, like, even at work, like, when I go on a massive search to find something, like, I'll open up, like, 4, 5, 6, 10 different tabs. But when I'm done with it, I close them all, right? But just having it there just because, like, even all my personal stuff, like, right now, my browser is open and it has 3 things up. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. That's it.
Well, we're going to go with VoiceMod is using a gig. I don't know why VoiceMod, you're weird. And Google Chrome is running 1.6 gigs of memory. Hello!
Hello.
The chicken has arrived.
She's down the boss and burgerized it.
How was it? Classic grading.
Pretty good. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of gear so far.
Well, good. Was it 25-man or 10-man?
10-man right now.
She's ramping up for that big 25.
So I always thought 25 was much easier than 10-man because 10-man you have to manage your resources pretty heavy.
I never got to raid.
I did get make quick work of him and the safety dance.
Oh, nice.
Safety dance was a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Defeat Hegan the Unclean without anybody dying to the
Nice.
No dancing for you.
Why does Zygor guys have 6 processes that it spawns? That's horrifying. Like, Steam's just as bad. Web helper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 processes for the web helper. Why? Why do you do this?
It's probably got some weird multi-processing thing going on where it needs
Probably
multiple threads. Yeah. So.
But.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
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 All right.
Why you do this?
Time for a scene change.
Almost. And we set a stream marker.
Look, she getting it right now. She's not even gonna wait.
Nope. It's like every damn podcast, Lumi. Scene change. Scene. We were joking about that earlier, like when Cajun came in.
You'd be like, "Shut up! You're the late chicken of the hour."
Hey,
We've been waiting for your ass.
You showed up, and that's what matters, right? Okay.
Multitasking. Instead of multipass, it's multitask.
Multipass.
UDP multipass. Welcome to the UDP Broadcast. My name is Luminary, and I'm accompanied today by my co-hosts, the Nordic Cajun.
And Gregory making a special guest host tonight.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yay.
I me the eternal barcode.
Hello. I'm stuffing my face full of Ritz crackers. Sorry.
Oh man, your mic's gonna be so
And
dirty
beer.
after this. Oh no, you got the beer. That just makes it wet and muddy. All right, well.
No, I got a pop shield for that.
And from the emeralds, I don't even want to know what that looks like.
It looks actually my pop shield and my my screen look amazingly clean because I'm religiously careful about not making them full of anything.
But your browsers are not subject to that.
We don't talk about my 54 tabs or 53 tabs that are open. Moving on.
And from the Emerald Dream, Crit Chicken.
Crit chicken, but for now I'm a tree because I have to branch out my prioritize.
Nice. I appreciate that.
Gotta sink your roots deep in some of these new opportunities.
Yes.
For those just tuning in, we are a podcast of a group of friends who get together and talk about gaming related stuff and offering somewhat informed and uninformed opinions on the subject matter. Today we're going to be talking about the Diablo 4 leaks, Netflix's decision to start exploring the game streaming service, and an interesting case where someone steals art with AI. So sit back and enjoy the show.
These are going to be some delicious topics, so this is going to be fun.
Oh man, I'm just gonna start with this. Diablo 4, go. Like there's there are two separate events for this. We'll start with the earliest one, which was August 8th, I think it is, where then their friends and family beta of Diablo 4 stuff was leaked, right? And in their, I mean, this is friends and family. This means employees of Blizzard. They've gone to their friends like, here's a code, here's your family, here's a code, right? Go play the game. Don't tell no one. But it happened anyway.
Oh, NDAs are such a weak document, if I have to really be honest. I used to work with an elder gentleman who made everybody who walked into his office sign an NDA just so he could have a peace of mind thinking that they're not going to talk about whatever was talked about in his office. That's like saying I'm going to go to a restaurant. They make me sign an NDA about what I'm about to eat, and I'm not going to go home and tell my friends exactly what I ate at the restaurant. Like, you're not going to give me this beautiful piece of software and I mean not blab about it. Especially if I'm not a true, like, these people that, like, what you said was friends and people who've played late into the end game, majority of them are probably not content creators. Majority of them are probably just people who love Diablo. So if you're not for 1 second thinking they're going to go and nerd out about this, even Blizzard and Activision know better than
that. Indeed. So NDAs are, like you said, they're only as enforceable as the people who write them want to be. Like anybody that breaks an NDA because they signed a legally binding contract can totally get turned inside out.
Well, that's the fun part. Your NDA has to include, consequences. So this is what makes me amused. They signed these NDAs, but they leaked the content of the game. What was the repercussion written into it? Because if Blizzard had said, "We will sue you for, $500,000 or $10 million if you leak this information," I bet you there would not have been any leaks. But if they're just saying, please don't leak this or we'll ban your account, I mean, you can make a new account. That takes no time whatsoever. So what was the actual repercussion of an NDA? Because to me, it appears that there was nothing in the NDA to say, don't do this. Like, even the employees who are, with the friends and family shit, it seems like there's no repercussions that should have been there. Like, maybe, I don't know, termination.
Yeah, well,
you have to give the paper tiger some kind of teeth, and apparently,
absolutely,
they declawed this one because it like the subreddit blew up from what I'm assuming. Yeah. Like it just blew up with footage and pictures and all this good stuff. And yeah, like I said, what are they gonna do? Yeah, ban my account. Smurf account. Let's go. Like what
Oh,
like there's no bite to the NDA unless you literally have them sign their life away if they actually mess up with your stuff.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I
Half the time I feel like even this is all some kind of publicity stunt just to start building it for Diablo 4. If they really didn't want Diablo 4 stuff to get leaked, they would like Blizzard would not have let people test their stuff. If they want to keep it secret, they would have kept it safe.
yeah, like when I've worked at a previous place, I had to go to businesses that were in manufacturing, and they were very, very protective of their intellectual property. And in their non-disclosure agreement, it specifically said they would hold me liable for the cost of, that intellectual property if it ever leaked. Knowing how much that shit was, well, I don't even know how much that shit was worth, but I can guess, and that's not in the $5 range. And it's going to be at least in the seven-figure range. So it's like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Thankfully, that was like 20 odd, 30 odd years ago. So I just forget it anyways. But hey, it was enough for me to go, they will sue me and take me to court for breaking the law. I will not open my fucking mouth.
You know,
And yet these people just shared the videos and everything. Like, yeah.
well, I mean, that comes down to, like you said, what was in the NDA. I did do some sleuthing to see if I could find the documents. I'm sure somebody put it somewhere, but no luck for the NDA.
Isn't that kind of ironic? It was really easy to find the footage, but the actual NDA is nowhere to be found. The thing that actually is supposed to be the binding document that nobody can. They probably got a binding document. I mean, an NDA from Google. Say, here, sign this.
Well, I know that they were talking about for the Friends and Family beta. They were actually able to track down who leaked because the build numbers watermarked on the footage, right? It's there when you play, and I assume that it would be whatever build number it is, 0.1. Whatever, and then there'd be this long string of identifying hash numbers that would identify who had this build, which
You
makes
would
the most
hope.
sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
like you would hope it would be individualized, so everyone would have their own unique build number attached to each person, so you could absolutely nail it. But
mhm. Now for the second event,
not
go
everyone
ahead.
thinks that way.
No. Well, I mean, if they didn't say so, what's at this particular point? If they didn't build any type of security into this, hey, don't tell anyone or else, right? At that point, it's just Blizzard policy taking over, going, well, we're not considering them for beta tests again. Or, hey, Paul, remember your friend Billy? Yeah,
Fuck Billy.
choose your friends better. I mean, I don't know if there are no repercussions listed. Like you said, there's what can they do except flail their arms and cry. But to Nordic's credit, he did say it could be a publicity stunt, which is also very true. It's like, please don't tell anyone, and that's it. And they're like, all right, host, I'm telling no one else.
All right, bet.
So, but the second event was for their end game beta test, and that one was just a bit more open. It wasn't the friends and family. So they targeted the users that spent a lot of time in Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and Diablo Immortals end games to test out the end game of Diablo 4. And same thing, NDA, please don't tell no one. They said, okay, posted it. All right, we ain't telling no one else. So, and this comes down to you can't tell anybody that you're actually in the beta, which is what Amy was talking about, of just squashing posts saying I'm in the beta. And by that time, the damage was already done. It was already being streamed. It was already being recorded. There's several clips, about 40 minutes long a piece, of them playing it. I never went and looked for it because I'm already real wary of anything that Blizzard is currently developing and planning on releasing, especially after,
Diablo Immoral.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the whole: if they're doing an in-game beta test, why not just have a beta test? Why do you have to keep things under NDA? Why don't you just have a closed beta? Invite a whole bunch of people, let them do their shit. Even if they show off a little bit of your stuff, it doesn't have to be in-game footage. It doesn't have to be like in-game stuff. It could be right in the middle of the story, or it could be something you're testing. Let them show it off. Like 2 weeks ago, The boys over at Capcom did a closed beta for Street Fighter 6, which I am super excited for, by the way. Just throw that out there. And so many people were streaming and doing videos. Like, people are still releasing videos from the footage they got from the game, and the hype for this game is blowing up from East Coast to West Coast to Japan and beyond. Like, they're saying that this is going to be the greatest Street Fighter game since Street Fighter 3, which is saying a lot because people still play that dead gum game. So why not just do that? Why not follow a model that works instead of following a model that doesn't work? Like, we're in 2022. We're on the internet information highway age. People are going to put shit out on the internet. Embrace it. That's how you get free publicity instead of having to shovel up for lawyers for a 17-year-old who thought it'd be funny to put some Diablo 4 content on Reddit.
Yeah, that makes
So the
sense
only
to me.
problem with endorsing leaks like that is you're now setting expectations for fans well ahead of what the actual product is going to be. Because let's say you're game testing, a new flying feature, for example, and this person leaks footage of them flying around doing whatever it is in whatever game it is. But then you realize through product testing, through QA and everything else, that flying component just can't work with the rest of the game mechanics, or it doesn't fit the overall style of the game. So you remove it, and you're like, well, maybe we'll shelve this. Maybe we'll come back to this later. Game releases, people have seen the leaked footage with flying, and now they expect flying, and they don't have it. Now they get to lose. Now they don't get to, but they're going to lose their minds, being like, oh, why'd you pull this feature? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, that was a test feature. It wasn't going into production. And I think that's where a lot of people forget that you don't get license to, post that stuff online and then expect whatever you showed to be in the final product for the game.
No,
It's really
absolutely.
dumb.
That's why it's called a beta test. That's why the game is in development. Like, sure, you can show it off, but if it's not in the end game, if they go a different direction, it is what it is. It happens with Riot all the time. They show off champions they want to do. They show off move sets they're going to change their champions to, and then they just trash it, and it never happens.
Well, yeah,
It,
and like look at Rockstar when they had the Grand Theft Auto stuff leaked. People were like, a lot of the game dev community was super pissed. I don't blame them, because it's not a final product, and people are like, "Wow, that's what it's going to look like." Because you do, some idiot on Twitter was like, "They do graphics last in a game build, so this is what it's going to look like. Shitty graphics, not buying." And it's like, you have no idea how game dev works. Go fuck your head.
not in the slightest.
Well, no one does. They want to just turn on their shiny fun box and grab their controller and make the things on the screen happen. And that's, from an end user's perspective, that's the way it should work for them. And not everybody understands the idea that, hey, there are several different phases of this garbage. You've got implementation and perfection of core systems. Then you have all the add-on systems that you have to do afterwards. So does the game work at its core loop? And then, hey, what if we add these? Yeah, that. What if we what if we add on to that? And now you've got this suite of systems that you have to test, whether cooking or maybe it's a combat magic system that's outside of the core combat mechanics. Like, hey, what if instead there was this timed event where it just doesn't really matter. And the entire idea behind the beta test is not to show off the graphics. They're not beta testing the graphics. They know what their engine can do. They probably have a switch internally where they turn it on. That's why you saw Cyberpunk all pretty when CD Projekt Red was running it on NASA's computers or whatever it took, right?
Right.
So, but it comes down to that's what it is. And I've been in a few. Just for as nerdy as it is, Star Wars Galaxies. I was in that clusterfuck. That beta test was exactly as it was. The world was complete. Everything was in place to make the game run. They were adding in systems, so they were testing out all the different classes and what they can do. I think by the time the game released, Biochemist was still, or was it Biotech, was still broken and producing monsters with not all 3 bars of statuses, mental health and stamina or whatever. But yeah, no, like that's just it. That's what beta tests are for. And closed beta tests, please don't tell anyone because they don't want it to be representative of the actual game because they've tuned everything down to work on the core mechanics. And then there's the open beta test where they tune it up and then they send it out. And that's part of the reason why those things are in place. But to the end user, again, happy, shiny, fun box. Why is the game not pretty?
I remember getting demo discs in my game magazines back in the day, and I was happy as fuck to see games that were coming. They were broken, shoddy, disgusting, nasty, but I got to see what was coming. Can we go back to that? Give me some demos. Give me some betas.
I
Let's
actually
go.
have. So I have a physical collection of DVDs and CDs for games. I'm pretty sure I have some floppies somewhere, but I
Oh my
do
god!
have.
You mean the save icon?
Shut up. Fuck.
Kids these days are like, what the heck's a floppy? That's a save icon.
That's a 3.5-inch floppy disk, you dumb shit. Anyways, get off my goddamn lawn. No, I have some PC Gamer demo discs, and I won't do it right now, but maybe next week I will be able to rip through all my game DVDs and CDs and find some of them, read out some of the demos I have. Because that shit's old. That's like early 2000s for most of that stuff.
Or even
Like
earlier than
before
that.
DVDs were available in computers. That's how old that shit is.
Mm-hmm. I
Oh,
remember.
Pop-Tarts.
I remember the demo that I played the fuck out of until the disc broke. It was a game called Skater. I don't even think it ever saw the light of day. It was when Tony Hawk was the big thing, and you would skate around and do the tricks and do all the good stuff. I don't even know the lingo because it's been so daggum long. But if you got caught doing it in public, a cop would start chasing you. You have to try to get away from him. I thought it was the funniest thing on the planet, especially when they catch you because they beat the shit out of you in that game. And I don't think that game ever saw the light of day, but I don't care. It gave me a slight hope that a fun game was coming. I think that's just as much what we look for than the end product because give us hope because it all turns back to what we said eons ago about games like Benny and the Ink Machines sequel. It's been in development for 5 years now, and the only thing that we're getting hints from the developer is a random picture every now and then on the game's anniversary.
So did Star Citizen actually like crash into the ground, or is that going to be a thing?
It's good. It's a thing that it's not a thing that it's a thing.
Where's the beta for that stuff?
It's there. If you bought into it, you can totally play Star Citizen right now in its current state.
Well, isn't that the one you like put a whole bunch of money into actual starships to be a part of the game?
Like EVE Online, but more expensive.
It's certainly not like EVE Online. From what I've seen in the footage and all the gameplay that I've seen, it's got a Mass Effect feel to it, but it's also got the scope of Elite Dangerous, but better getting out of ship and walking around stuff. Like it's very pretty, if anything. I've got some freight ship that I bought with Mr. Boombody, gosh, 12 years ago, I think.
And still in beta.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I was like, yeah, no, I totally want to play it, and I didn't even see it. I completely forgot about it until somebody brought up Star Citizen and crossed over like what was it, 500 million and purchases and donations. Like, holy crap, that's a lot of crowdfunding. But yeah, no, if you've bought a ship or if you've bought into the beta, you can totally go play it right now. Like it's there. There's no NDAs or anything. You're pretty open about it. So
like hashtag forever beta.
Mm-hmm. Oh, technically still in alpha. Yeah, that's right. If you're playing story mode.
Oh Lord!
But it's there, and a lot of folks are talking really good about it. Some folks early on were like, "Oh, it's garbage right now. What the hell?" But as it's gone along, they're like, "No, this is great. Like I just did this thing, and they've done this really well." I say this and that because I can't remember the exact topics because I haven't played it yet. But speaking of playing stuff, let's move on to our next topic. So, yeah. people leak stuff. Blizzard didn't have any repercussions except, oh no, we got publicity, and people said it was great.
So very quickly, I
Mhm.
just went through my whole archive of discs really fast. I
Mhm.
found Doom from 2004.
Yo.
And I have something. I have NHL 98. I have Redneck Rampage.
Oh wow.
I,
Redneck
ne- I
Rampage.
never played that. I don't even know if it'll work on Windows 10. But I also have Masters of Orion, Diablo 2 on disc,
Oh wow.
and
Archive.
Civilization 4.
He has the archives. He must be
Oh
protected.
yeah, I have so many. I have 100 titles here.
Do you know what I have?
What?
World of Warcraft Classic,
Hell yeah!
but not the discs.
Oh,
Oh,
that's still cool.
I've given up my box of Nerd.
We won't look at my Steam. Although my Steam account is much smaller than my friends. I've only got 326 games.
I had to give up a lot of stuff when I moved away from Georgia.
Ooh.
So
Ooh. We'll have to, redo those collections.
like my Pikachu N64,
What?
where when you actually turned on
Whoa.
you turn on Pikachu and its light or its cheeks would light up, and
Oh,
then
that's
Okay.
adorable.
and then the reset button was his foot. So all you had to do is reset foot push.
Punch the foot.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's adorable.
Wow.
I remember I got in trouble for that because back in the day, I think it was like 12 when I got it. And I kind of made a eBay account just to see if I could get someone to get me one or whatever. And then my mom had to talk to the guy about selling it or whatever because I was going to be conniving.
Huh.
I wanted it so bad.
There's still, I see them on eBay right now. Interesting.
There's a Japanese version and an American version.
Oh, which one are you after?
The yellow and blue one, not the orange one.
Yellow and blue. Uh-huh. Notes Christmas wish list.
I was gonna say Christmas is right around the corner.
Birthday too.
Oh damn.
Fair enough, yeah.
She said, "Here's a hint."
Pokemon Stadium, what?
Well. So yeah, NDAs. They've been leaked. Diablo 4 is everywhere. Luckily, it came to good reception. Again, I'm really holding off on the game. I want to see how it's actually received because there is monetization in it. It's just not advantageous monetization, as they said, or cosmetic.
Yeah, right.
Like, they've had lots of practice between implementing an auction house and having microtransaction games, and then, of course, yeah. So, the game itself, I will let other people play and be disappointed, and if they're not, I'll play it myself. Other than that, keep leaking the footage, folks.
Ow! Be nice. Be kind to developers. Be kind to the people that make your video games. Don't leak shit.
Honestly, I wish they wouldn't have leaked, or at least they wouldn't have gone into beta with Dragonflight. I wanted to enjoy it firsthand. I shouldn't have watched anything, but with
I
Twitch,
haven't
it's kind of
looked at anything.
Oh, that's how I'm doing right now with the new Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet. I have avoided every trailer since the first one. Like, I want to be surprised. Don't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything either. Just mostly because I'm not ruled by Pokemon. Like I didn't even make it. I think my kids made it
I
through
felt judged by
Sword
that
and
comment,
Shield.
sir. I felt judged by that comment, sir.
Be judged.
So that's done. Let's talk about. Let me see here. What is on our sheet here? Should we take?
Netflix.
Is that what's next on our sheet?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, they want to make a gaming service.
An add-on gaming service.
Which
So,
right
Diablo.
now, with everything else they've been doing wrong, this might be a step in the right direction for them.
Oh, well, what have they done wrong right now, Nordic? I haven't caught up on that. Just only read up on this instance.
Well, they've upped their prices again, which is standard,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe they're starting to do ad tiers.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about that.
So you still have to pay for ads, just less of them. So they've just not been. It's because they've ever since the great Marvel exodus because of Disney.
Hmm.
I feel Netflix has just been meh. They've had some good hits every now and then with their movies and shows. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but I don't know. I see myself using Hulu and YouTube more than I do Netflix these days. So anything for them to like get back on top as a streaming service, I think they need to chase. And if right now with everything going down with the Purple Boys, anything that could help with the gaming streaming community, I'm all for.
Wait, is that what they're doing? I thought they were going to stream actual games.
It
No,
should be.
no.
It's cloud based, so it's gonna
Oh,
be like
I read
it's,
it wrong. Oh, that
Oh,
is
yeah.
my bad.
It's cloud. The idea is it's gonna be
I
cloud based.
I totally
And
thought that they were going to be like some competitive. I'm a dumbass.
no. Hey, this is why we offer somewhat informed and
Yes.
uninformed opinions.
I
You're
saw the
covered.
word streaming and I ran with it.
we've accounted for mixed company. So
See, the quote I have here is it's a value add, which means they're not going to charge you anything more for the service, and it's not going to be a console replacement type thing, but it's going to be sort of an extra. So like how now Discord has, what the hell is this thing called? The Rocket Show, Start an Activity. You can play games. You can play Putt Party and Poker Night and Sketch Heads and watch YouTube. So it's probably going to be something similar to that. And, it's not going to replace your consoles, but it's just going to be an embedded product within Netflix. It should be interesting, but I'm not going to hold my breath. It is Netflix.
well, I mean, if they do it right, it'll be fantastic. Have you ever been to the Internet Archive? Any of you?
Absolutely. I use that for other reasons.
Well,
Mostly get
God,
people in
that's-
trouble.
the
Hey!
Internet Arcade actually has a lot of old MS-DOS and old 16 and 32-bit programs for Windows and whatnot.
Cross
that you can
country
play.
Canada.
King's Quest. I think my buddy was talking about Eye of the Beholder, and I found that too. It'll run in an emulator right there in your browser because they've made JavaScript so powerful. It now uses WebAssembly to crunch everything down. So if they're doing this, and the discussion is that they're exploring the idea of doing it, and we've seen, I mean, I don't know how long everybody's been paying attention. Last week we talked about Stadia taking a dump, right? So this time, why would anybody ever chase this? And looking at a lot of the titles that were mentioned in some of the articles, they were all like mobile titles, real small, not like AAA, requires some horsepower or anything like that. Like, what was the one that was really big that got Google's awards quite a bit? It was,
I don't remember.
yeah, well,
No.
I had Monument Valley. There it is. I was sitting there
Okay.
thinking of Valley Without Wind. That was another beta I was given a key to long ago when I first started doing YouTube. But so in that case, that would be easy enough to grab inside of whatever code they're running Netflix on. It's like, hey, you want to play some Centipedes? Let's play some Centipedes. Go, right? And if it renders right there on whatever device you're using, it works great. Like that would be perfect. Or even if it is a front end and it's fed assets from the back end in order to do whatever it is you're doing. I'd be interesting to see what it is they're going to do to actually bring this to life. I want to see them do it without having to fall into the same grave pit that games on demand, on live, now Stadia has fallen into. Microsoft has kind of got it right where, game streaming isn't the only thing you could do, but it's value added should you want to play elsewhere. You just have to deal with latency. It's not your only option like it was with Stadia, where it was only online and you could only do it this way.
I'm trying to behave and say proper things now.
Oh, but go ahead. Turn that filter off. We don't need that filter here.
When the fuck have we ever had a goddamn filter?
I know. I mean proper as in the actual right subject matter, and not talking about the wrong damn thing. Now I'm torn because I was actually excited when I was talking about the other thing. I was actually really excited about them being a competitive streaming service. But now I'm torn.
Ruined.
Like I'm with you, Lemon. Like, if they can pull it off, cool, sure. But hmm, it's kind of like how, like, before the show started, I was talking about how I like the idea of the Wingstop chicken sandwich, but I wasn't sold on it. That's where I'm at right here with this. Like, it sounds like a good idea. It's if it's built right into an already existing system like Netflix. But with other things like, like Steam, Epic Games, and Microsoft, and all this other stuff, how many people are gonna boot up Netflix to play a game? It just seems, I don't know. I'm I, I'm all for companies trying new stuff and really getting out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm on the fence. I'm 100% on the fence on this one.
I mean,
I
if
was
they did
writing
a
in chat here.
series
Oh, sorry.
about if they did a series about like summertime theme, they can call it Netflix and Grill.
Yeah.
I'm
So, Enigmatic Gaming brought up a really good point. This is the decade of streaming services. Like, we already have what's called SaaS, or software as a service, where, like Adobe's a really good example to pick on. So is WoW, oddly enough, because they're both subscription based products. We also have CCAS, or basically contracted call centers as a service. Those exist. And now we have games as a service, or GAS. So as more of these things come out and more of them get panned, does that mean we're passing gas?
No.
I'll show myself out.
I was gonna say leave those kind of jokes to Crit.
She's better at them than I am.
hmm Everybody got to play today's strengths.
Indeed. And with all the streaming services out there, it gets pretty hairy. I'm about ready to just cut them all off and just keep Prime, because I'm tired of paying $14 to $18 a month for each freaking one, because each one of my kids can't decide what they want, because SpongeBob's on one and all the action movies are on another, and it's just a
I
giant
find
mess.
Amazon Prime Canada has no good movies or anything. And any of the movies I want to see, I have to go pay separately for. And it's like, no. I will go visit a particular bay on a particular ship that's full of pirates, perhaps.
Or visit a particular bay down in Florida, and yeah.
Yeah.
And not finish that sentence.
Plunder down
No.
there.
BAE before all else.
Oh, hell yes.
But this is really they're starting to really test this out right now, as far as games as a service and how to deliver it for the best experience, where some have suffered, and we've learned lessons from the high latency. What happens if your internet your internet connection becomes spotty, or whatever it may be. It's all lessons learned. Again, like I said, my personal approach would be have a rendered front end and then deliver assets to it. It's like you keep the game engine on your local device, and then you just stream assets for whatever you want to play for remotely. Like, yeah, I want to play this game. Brings it in, call it good, keeps the memory usage down, because you're only filling up what you're actually going to do. Get your save states. It's cloud saved because you're already running in a giant data center anyway. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential to actually see it. Unfortunately, people have to buy into it and be disappointed for it to ever get anywhere. So until then, we're still going to be throwing money out into the ether and hoping for the best thing for us. Like, I would love to be able to play awesome games at the lowest latency, at the highest speed, at the highest quality for the lowest price. And that's what it's going to come down to.
And the question is, will Netflix be the one?
Looking at the titles that they're talking about releasing, it was, and they're all mobile-ish titles. So, like, was it?
I was reading them through that. Oxenfree, Into the Breach,
Mm-hmm.
Desta, The Memories Between.
So,
none of those titles I'm interested in.
And then the Assassin's Creed spinoff.
Yep, that's Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you spelled it Creed.
Yeah, I had to poke at you.
Creed.
What?
You
I copied and pasted from you, sir.
You put an N-word D should be.
Oh,
Can't forget it.
Wait.
Can't forget about the D.
I'm pretty sure I copied that and pasted that directly from Lumi. Jump to his post.
Oh.
Assassin's Creed.
Here comes the
I
bus.
didn't proofread.
Oh.
All you've done is
The
prove
bus.
that I didn't proofread.
There we go. You just took out all my dashes. So, but anyway, so it's also the fact. This also comes up with the announcement that they had just opened their 5th studio. And this is on top of acquiring 3 others and opening up a second, which was where was the second? Second was in Finland, wasn't it? It's the second one that the first one they acquired that they opened up. But they're looking to really target about a 50% share of games based off their own IPs and 50% other things. So not only is it going to be a platform, it's going to be a way to push their IPs. Like I would love to see an Umbrella Academy game that's worth a shit.
That's an
That'd be
interesting point, Lumi. I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a lot of stuff that they can do game spinoffs on. That's I'd be down. That's more intriguing to me than just a normal. Yeah, I'm down with that if they can pull that off for sure.
Indeed. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens if Netflix does it right. That's a lesson all the platforms are going to learn, and now you're going to see 50 of them. So be ready with your $14.99 and your price raises, because why the fuck not?
I mean, it already killed. What is it? GameFly, Redbox, and it would probably kill GameFly, but
GameFly's still a thing.
What is GameFly?
Oh, I'm gonna cry. That was the Netflix for video games when things still were distributed on media.
through the mail too.
When things were just starting to go digital, they were still like, yeah, you can rent any game you want from our catalog. We'll mail it straight to your house. You play it till you beat it and send it back.
I just remember being spammed with thousands of AOL floppy disks, followed up by AOL CDs, so I could download the internet and install it.
You know, they were actually good for coasters. Thank you.
Yes.
Indeed. So yeah, let's see what Netflix does. Like I'm kind of talking tongue in cheek about it, but it may change the industry, or it may join Stadia in the same whole games on demand and on live are in. So we'll see.
It's all about the execution.
Indeed. Speaking of execution, what about taking credit for AI generated work that is based on someone else who's currently working on it?
Not a fan.
That was so stupid. So the backstory is a Korean artist was on Twitch. He was doing a painting of a Genshin Impact character, and some dude watched the stream, screenshotted the work in progress, fed it to an AI bot, and kind of messed with it a little bit to, create their own version of it that looked identical to what the person was working on, or very, very close. They posted that to Twitter, and then had the audacity to sit there and say to the world on Twitter, how dare you use my art and put it up 6 hours after me, because that artist finished the stream 6 hours after this person had posted their AI generated bullshit. Now, if you look at the image that was created, the AI version has 5 fingers and no thumb on one hand. And part of the body isn't attached correctly.
They probably used Wonder.
It was something that starts with an N. I don't remember which one it was.
Novel AI, and I'll tell you about that once you're done.
So what ended up happening is, of course, the internet decided to be the internet and say, hey, fuck you. You can't take that back because you're lying scumbag. People actually started posting screenshots of how long the person had been streaming just to prove that this idiot had completely ripped it off. And it was glorious. What's that?
And the fact that it actually had extra limbs.
Yeah. And it was just great how much this person's fans came together and said, no, you're blatantly lying. The funny part was, this idiot posted on Twitter how they were looking to possibly get into posting art every day. They were super excited because they were really gifted. They were self-taught and they just started.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's really fun to just push a button. It's good.
Yeah, everything that person said was a red flag.
And now you don't have to worry about Roll34 because you can just go into Wonder and type in sultry and then see
Nope.
extra
Nope.
limbs.
Nope.
Type in sultry and
It works.
ta-da!
Though they
Ejects
apparently
from reality.
But
AI
now I'm banned on Twitter.
AI doesn't know how to draw certain things too. I showed IME, and apparently they don't know how to properly do hands or nipples.
I don't know. Did you see some of the stuff that IME generated? Should ping be generated from from an AI generator? I think he used Crayon.
Yeah, Crayon.
This is some of the most nightmare-fueled garbage I think I've seen.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so atrocious. It's just amazing. Like, I love it for how horrible it is.
Like it's such a it's still so young in its development. It's gonna be trash and scary and really bad. That's why we love to see it in its entirety.
Indeed.
But don't use it to take credit from actual artists.
Well, and we actually have a couple quotes because we have some paid artists who do some commission work for us at the UDP Broadcast. And they actually, had something to say about it as well. Because, I mean, they're artists and they work really hard at their craft.
Oh yeah. You want to do pogos and I'll do danks?
You can do I was going to do danks.
Okay, we can switch it up. Okay, so Pogo said, Pogo, personally, I think the idea of AI-generated art is cool, but extremely problematic for reasons like above, which is what we're talking about now. When AI generates art, it's not making it from nothing. It's taking it from several other artists' works. That's why I'm not pro-devs. I read that right? No, that's...
Pro developer.
Yes, okay. Yeah, my brain didn't correlate. That's why I'm using AI generated art. I'm not for. There's a for missing there. That's why I'm not for pro devs using AI generated art in games, because it's just a fancy way of stealing a bunch of people's art and plopping it together in a way that almost looks like that almost always looks not very good. Also, I think the person to claim it's something they created when it was really they stole the work in progress and just plugged it into a program is wild.
Honestly, I think it could be a good tool for people to start learning about anatomy, and if they wanted to, they could actually use what they have and have it as an original thing to sketch it out, maybe on paper, or if you're using a tablet or whatever, and just turn it into something of your own rather than just have it like using it as a cookie cutter almost or whatever.
Not even that, you use it as a source to look at, and then you draw it to the best of your abilities as it's supposed to be, like a subject matter, not saying, "Oh, I did this."
And it will actually work on your, learning how to shade and learning how to do this too. I mean, it doesn't have to be just like plug it into a program, one and done. At least if you want to also use it to work on it in Photoshop, if you want to manipulate that kind of stuff, so you don't have extra limbs coming out of your back, or at least fix up the hands, or don't have an extra elbow coming out of the chest.
Yeah, or out the nose.
That was something. Like, I like making horrendous nightmare fuel with AI stuff, but that was just a bad attempt at stealing. And I'm not saying that means people should learn how to steal better. I'm saying they need to back the fuck off and not try and steal in the first place, because you will get caught. The internet works fast enough these days that you are going to get caught trying to steal someone else's work. There was recently an artist, the guy who does the Badger song.
Badger.
Yeah. So a cereal company in the UK blatantly ripped off his song, his art style.
You showed us that the other day.
Yeah, and with like an elephant or some fucking thing.
Unicorn.
But unicorn,
Yes,
yeah.
unicorn.
And it was just like, what? How did you think this was right and proper? Like, no.
And then they actually turned around and got help from the actual OG creator to redo unicorns for the.
Yeah. It was sort of like, it almost makes me wonder that they were doing it just to see if they could get this guy to do work for them. It's
Notice
like,
me,
why didn't you try to
senpai.
commission them in the first place? Yeah.
They're just trying to get some attention.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my brain, why you do this?
Yeah. So I did some investigation into the Novella AI, or it's Novel AI, not Novell. Novell is a different software.
Nobody likes Novell.
Nope.
Novell got bought out by a Canadian company.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
Nothing of value was lost.
Nope.
Okay, so what Novel AI is actually advertising as is a writing companion. So you could actually pay for... There's a free tier for it. You can go play around with it if you want. But it's actually a writing assistant. So it could give you writing prompts. And you can continue to write. You can make suggestions as you're writing. I think at its highest tier, which is like $25 a month, it stores about 8,500 some odd tokens. And tokens are equal to words, right? And bases your next line off of that. You could follow it, you don't have to follow it, but it's really there as a tool for you to do things. And one of the tools that they supply with this service at any tier that is not free is the text-to-image service and the image-to-image service. And I believe that's what happened here. So AT, the Korean artist, was showing their work as they are working on it. Dude came in, took the screenshot, took it to Novel AI, and there's my dog.
Pup.
Doggo.
Took it to Novel AI and put it in the image-to-image generator. So there was a rough sketch there, and the AI finished it. It didn't look bad, but compared to the finished work by the actual artist, the textures on everything that they did, along with the foregrounds and everything else, and the thumbs in the right place, like it was stunning.
Not 2 fingers stuck together to make 5 fingers on one hand.
But the generator itself is actually more anime style. It's more designed to give you illustrations to what it is that you're trying to portray. Like, I want knights fighting in a field. It will give you knights fighting in a field, and it'll be all anime. So it's really to help you write and design and give you your stories. And that's the other point I was bringing up in Discord is that while Enigma nailed it right on the head, you know, nothing is original anymore. This stuff has all derived from something that we've all experienced somewhere. And if you think about it, the data sets is all experience for the AI, even though it's translated into probabilities. If you stick a single pixel down, it will make a guess and draw out whatever it is that's inside its brain that that pixel could represent. Right? So, and that's really what it is. Is it really an original work? Well, in this particular case, no.
I mean, this is no different. He took a screenshot of the thing and played it into this program. It's the equivalent of somebody walking across a street artist, taking a picture with their phone and printing it and selling it.
Right. The big mistake is saying it was dude's work. It wasn't his work at all. He fed it into an AI. It's the AI's work. So is the AI liable or does the AI care? It doesn't.
The AI doesn't get paid. They just pay for the AI.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, that might be something for you to use. Did you break Nordic? What happened?
I was gonna say if Ivy wanted to say talk about Dank's comment, then we all literally started talking at the same time.
Yeah,
so we can't forget about the cat boy. Go for it.
Yeah. So Dank had this to say. I'm not surprised. Worst thing is what they're doing is technically legal as far as copyright legislation is concerned. We will probably see a lot of creative cases of AI art based theft in the future. At the end of the day, it's all art theft. It's just automatic photo bashing and then applying for the algorithm to make the details look right. And they're not wrong.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I talked to a few streamers earlier, and they all had the same sentiment. And it's pretty much, yeah, no, that's garbage. They all hate it. In fact, one of them even quoted that AI artists are the new crypto bros.
God.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, now you see, I was gonna go play with this AI shit, and I ain't gonna touch it.
I was like, all right, well, you're a nice furry tiger. I'm going to go ahead and go now. Thanks for your input. But
You stay right there in that box. I'm out of here.
So, but I think it'd be interesting, like even for you writing your story, Cajun, like if you ever wanted images, you can always plug stuff in and it will generate something for you and it'll be an anime style. Go check it out. I'll give you the link after the podcast so you can go look at some of the stuff it generates.
Shit. That's actually not a bad idea to at least give me like some gimme.
Give you?
Gimme.
I hate AI. Wait a minute.
For
might be able to
personal
use
use, just for visuals, because I am visual learner.
Uh-huh.
I am on chapter 4, bitch. Don't mess with me.
All of a sudden, he's going to start, like, rendering boobs.
No, he's a gentleman, the main character of this show. He's
With
No,
boobs?
not your main character, you. You're going to be, like, looking at AI-generated boobs.
I have a funny story about boobs.
All right,
Oh, no.
go.
There's this guy on Twitter that I've been following for a while. Not a while. He's starting to come up in the Pokemon community. His name is Ukina, and he was doing a promotion for gamer supplements. He got a code. You can put it in his code in. He gets a percentage of whatever happens in the sale. And I was like, I'm feeling froggy. I'll go ahead and buy it because it's a nice little shaker cup for energy drinks, and I take it I take stuff to the gym all the time. I was like, sure, why not? I wasn't paying attention to the artwork on the side of said gamer subs.
Uh-huh.
I need to go get the thing and take a picture of it and put it in chat for you guys. When I opened it up, I couldn't help but laugh, and I wanted to go show the missus, and she said, "You're not allowed to use that cup." So give me 1 second. Let me go get it so I can give you some context to this oopsie of mine.
All right. If that's the case, we should probably start looking to wrap this up anyway. I'll start with Imi and Crit while you go find it. When you come back for yours, you can tell us all about it.
Crit can go first.
I might have to ninja vanish. I have a 4 horseman fight that I haven't done in 14 or so years.
Well, there you go. There's Crit's update. Crit is going to go destroy the Headless Horseman and Lich King. So good luck. I hope you get the mount because that mount is dope AF.
I don't know if they actually have one on this one. I think it's just Naxxramas right now.
I thought you said Horseman.
Yeah, the 4 horsemen of the.
4 Horsemen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Halloween event. My bad.
Oh no, I haven't even. Okay, so the caster ring was the only ring that dropped 5 times out of our whole summon group. Out of the whole horseman group or whatever. But yeah, I'm talking about like Naxxramas. So you have the 4 bosses or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hated doing that raid. So good luck, and I hope you enjoy. Squash all the bugs. Set them on
Sorry, I
fire.
haven't been talkative today. I'll be more chipper next week. I'm sorry.
You were perfect. You were perfect. Don't worry about it.
Right, gotta bounce. Talk to you guys
See
later.
ya. Have fun.
Boing. All right, the Eternal Barcode. What's going on?
If I'm not playing WoW, I'm currently ruining the environment in SnowRunner. I picked up a little while ago, and I have downloaded some monster-sized vehicles because I like to see what people like to do for mods, and I found a bus that just should not exist on this planet. It has
the bag
so
bus.
it's a school bus that has been modified to use up to 236-inch tires. And it stands roughly, I would say, about 6 stories tall. It's completely broken, OP, destroys the fun of the game if you're looking to do things the proper way. If you're like me, then it just becomes maniacal hilarity. So yes, I will continue to destroy the environment by burning a lot of diesel.
Indeed. You can follow Imi shitposting and shenanigans on Twitter at Imi21, I believe it is.
Correct.
And other than that, keep an eye out on the Handsome Fella Barcode giving the, what were they called again, Imi?
The Fatnicks.
The
Fatnicks.
Sorry.
Fatnicks. Basically, since we're not going to get really into politics, you can go look it up. Basically, I'm just making fun of people who really need to be made fun of.
As we all should.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, so I posted that link. The link I posted in there is actually from my eBay special sale of it because apparently this was a limited edition one that I didn't even know that I got. I can't find it. She's probably already thrown it away or hidden it.
Oh no.
So that
Is
when
that
I
a
open it up,
sippy cup with boobs? That's drink me on the boob,
yes,
bruh,
it's
bruh.
the cup itself is actually very well made too. It's just I turned around and I saw "Drink Me." I'm like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Oh no.
This
Oh
is
good lord.
I
Yeah.
was supporting my boy. I didn't know he's gonna be hooking me up like that.
bruh. Gamer Sup's waifu cup milkers limited edition shaker GGLE new. Okay, it's $119.85. That is an expensive container.
This is the thing though. The reason why it's so expensive on eBay is because once they're done printing, they don't sell them anymore. So it was a one-time print of these, and design will never be sold again on gamer supplements.
Oh, so it's an NFT of fucking shakers, bruh.
Yeah,
I
apparently.
don't want to say it like that. You put bad taste in my mouth. It's boobs. I mean, it's just boobs.
Well, so okay, so that's what Cajun's doing, trying to hide his boob cup, his $200 boob cup. All right.
It was only $20 when I bought it, sir.
Other than that, and the addition of Gregory to your life, which you're hoping to get rid of, what else is going on? I know you've got a Nuzlocke thing going on, and you're
Yes, we successfully defeated the Fire Red Nuzlocke before Gregory invaded my neck. As soon as he's evicted, we're going to be picking that back up. And I'm still on my free time writing said book, and now I'm going to be doing some AI imagery of the characters that I've been creating. So I'm going to be just in creative mode here for the rest of the year until I end up in Scotland for Thanksgiving. So
that's going to be awesome.
it's going to be great.
You're going to be asking, why are they eating so much? Oh, don't worry. They're American. You'll understand. It's fine.
Oh, I will put away some food. Don't even get me started. I'm a big boy.
I'm pretty sure they won't mind. Scottish are big eaters. So,
I'll fit right in then.
speaking of eating and fitness and shaker cups, don't forget to follow the Nordic Cajun on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter and Twitch, should you decide to get back to it, at the Nordic Cajun on all three sources.
Yeah, I keep it simple. It's the same name everywhere.
Yeah, it
Indeed.
works.
Other than that, I think it just comes down to me. You can find me at twitch.tv Luminary Weekly, which is where we're at right now. YouTube /C/Luminary Weekly for all the content for the podcast and all my previous content over the last 12 years. Really old and badly edited. Should you decide to look at any of that. This week, I think I'm trying to find a decent game. If you caught the pre-show, I talked about Duskers. If not, you can always wind the VOD back or wait till Thursday when I release the pre-show footage where I talk about Duskers. I've also picked up Starden, which I saw, I think it was Warbringer Jalen? No, it was Blue Zest TV is who I saw playing it. It was an interesting concept of you're all stuck on a ship and you have to rebuild the ship while it's floating in space with drones. And I thought that was a neat concept, so I'm going to pick that up and play that pretty good. So as far as streaming, probably won't be streaming too much. I've got a lot of things going on in the adult life, but I'm committing to this podcast every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can just about count on it, except for November 12th, unless IME's going to host it. And if you're going to host it, IME, I'll teach you how to use the tools.
Yep, I can host it.
Sweet. Cool. I'll get with you next week and show you how it works and give you all the assets.
Yay.
You're giving the barcode the reins. Oh God.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
It'll be great. There'll be lines everywhere. Everybody's going to get scanned.
Yes. Everyone's going to have a new barcode. The background will be changed from the UDP characters in binary to just nothing but barcodes scrolling by. Everyone's face will be barcodes, and there will be barcodes all over the screen.
Hide your eyes; it will just melt.
Yes. Just
Hide your
I'll
ears,
try not to
hide your
destroy your
eyes.
phone there, Jalen. Yours specifically, I'll try to leave alone. Everyone else's, well, screw them.
You are safe from the barcode apocalypse.
Yes.
Oh.
Jalen's a good guy.
As
Go
far
follow
as the
him.
Oh yeah, Jalen. Yeah, I forgot about these guys.
Yes. Go follow him.
Gaming.
Twitch.tv/WarbringerJalen. Go check him out. I do believe he has a Bob Ross style stream coming up. He does
Ooh.
do a lot
You-
of
using
game
using
stuff.
using AI for your Bob Ross.
No, he actually does it properly. He's also a very, very wholesome individual. Highly recommend going to check him out.
Yeah,
Nice.
I watched him play Total War the other day with his buddies, and it was an awesome experience. It's really nice.
I did enjoy watching him play Alien Isolation before he got the guns, and then after he got the guns. Completely different play style. One going, oh god, I gotta hide. The other one going, fuck you, I have a gun.
He's like, bring that alien ass here, boy.
I'm gonna shoot it.
We also have one of the members of the Pre-Patch podcast in chat as well, Enigmatical Gaming. Please feel free to go follow his channel for the Twitch cast, the Pre-Patch podcast on Thursday, every other Thursday at.
I started blasting.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's all about making the connections, and believe it or not, I probably wouldn't have started doing this if I hadn't talked to Enigma first. So it's your fault, Enigma.
Enigma is just that guy that's just in the shadows, just planting seeds of creativity without everybody knowing. And all of a sudden, all these podcasts and all these creators just show up, and he's just sitting there like, excellent.
Yeah, he's
Grow my children.
Good.
He's the Remember the Alamo of the podcast world. You should do a podcast. I should.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
But you can find those guys with Sign-In, Agent Scruffy, Billy the Squid. They're all on YouTube now. But Enigmatical, you can find him on Twitch at Enigmatical Gaming, and it should be fun. There it is. Don't look. Don't do it. You're going to start a podcast. He just said it.
Dang it, now we got to start a solo adventure. Shit.
Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and terminate the show. Everyone.
So long, everybody.
Wait, is there anybody you wanted to raid, Amy, or are we good?
Jalen, are you streaming tonight?
We just got back from watching Black Adam, so.
If not, it looks like Bomb might be streaming.
Ah, it's too late. Oh, he is. There we go. Let's go
Okay.
raid Bomb.
Yep, Bomb Redeemer.
All right, let me stop my local recording.
Go check him out, twitch.tv/BombRedeemer. He's a good friend of mine. I have done work with him in the past when I used to do YouTube videos before I broke my voice. But yeah, he's also a really nice guy. Go check him out.
There we go. Bomb Redeemer. He has 3
It's
viewers,
never
but
too
not
late,
for
Jalen.
long.
Never too late.
Okay.
No.
Stream at like 4 in the morning,
Here we go. Let's go say.
even if you have to work at 6.
Well, let's go say hello.
Thanks.
Take
Good
care
night,
now.
everybody.
Bye-bye then.
Bye-bye.